Chad Wiley. I'm writing a movie about the character named Xantor. His they live on a island called Mist Vale, and they go out exploring one day and get attacked by goblins, and his parents get killed, and he goes wanders to the next town called I don't remember what the name of it was, but and he goes around asking people about becoming a better fighter, and they said they don't have time or patience, but they said that the dwarfs can teach him, so he goes to a dwarf village and asks around, and he goes to the uh, temple, and the leader of the temple says that he can do it, and then he goes talks to the blacksmith named Nathlar, and he says, "Well, I can teach you." And then Nathlar asks him, "Well, since you're teaching me how to be a better fighter, why can't you teach me to be a blacksmith?" So he said, "All right, he'll do it." And by him teaching him, he's going to make his own armor and weapon, which his axe is red with gold trim with the family crest, and his armor is gold with red trim with his family emblem on his chest. And it takes about a month for him to get his armor and weapons made. And then they go out on the expedition, and they're traveling, and they stop and rest the night, and they make it through the night without any incidents or whatever, and then they wake up next morning and head out, and that's about all I have right now.
Thank you, Xantorg, and or Chad Wiley, I guess, is your alter ego. So this one's not about the movies. It's not a serious episode. For whoever's listening out there, we're at 4,500, almost 4,500 anyways. We'll fit 4,500 maybe tonight. On our way to 5,000, which we'll gonna get a trophy from ourselves. Max fixing to jump across the couch to the ottoman. No, he's not. He chickened out. You son of a bitch. Knocked a pillow off the couch too. So yeah, I have a story about maybe not a story, maybe just an investigation on what happened. I had some buns, hamburger buns that were from work at one of our meals we had. I put them in the freezer for a later date to make hamburgers with, and I set them on the counter to I don't know, the thaw, I guess. And I woke up this morning and I saw that someone had gotten into the bag. The bag was closed, gotten into the bag, and there was some buns on the windowsill. So I leave the windows open right now. We're not turning the air on. I turned it on a little bit to like knock off some of the heat because it was kind of ridiculous. But now that it cools down at night, there's no reason to have the air on. We're trying to save money here. And no, I saw buns like all over the windowsill. And I was like, well, mice, I guess, has to be it. But then, like, they ate a fucking whole, like, two buns, like, two big buns. I know it's not as funny as it sounds, but, like, I was like, God damn, these mice are fucking hungry, I guess. And then I was like, well, I was looking at mouse traps. I don't want to have to, like, murder a mouse or, like, kill them. So I was trying to find the humane mouse traps where they go in a little thing and they don't come out, and you just release them back into where they ever need to go. Say get down on my house. You can't stay here, but you don't have to go home. Go somewhere else. And I messed that up. Max is like fucking. He's huffing and puffing like he's gonna do something, or he's just out of breath from climbing up on that ottoman. I don't know, but no, it was like, oh shit, no, it's mice. Got to be mice. Then I was doing the dishes before I go to work, and I realized that like there's a hole in the fence, or not the fence, the fucking screen. And I was like, that looks like a big enough. I don't think a bird would do that, right? Like, would a bird even be able to pick up a bun, take it through open the bag, go through the screen? Like, what the hell, dude? I don't have my cameras. Don't take footage. I disarmed them. I don't record anything. I think that would be weird to have recordings. I just want to check on my dog There's cameras all over my house, by the way. If you try to rob me, if that's what you're like, I'm gonna get Mark. I'm gonna rob his ass. You're not gonna get anything because I mean, I have cameras everywhere. It's gonna scare everyone away. But no, I was like, what? A bird wouldn't do this. I mean, a squirrel? Would a squirrel bust through my kitchen window? It's so weird. Would they be that hungry? Like they sit there and like I dumped some peanuts out there over the week, like Monday, I guess. I dumped some. Well, they give the Texas Roadhouse give you those peanuts. I threw them out in the yard, and this is how they repay me by busting a hole in my screen. These fucking assholes. Anyways, uh, we'll figure it out, I guess. But yeah, that sucked, man. Max looks so sad. He knows I'm about ready to leave for work. Anyways, I'm gonna go to I'll tell you the doctor story, a doctor visit. I don't go to the doctor. We just didn't do that as a kid. And it was just we hadn't had the insurance. I mean, like if we were sick, when the parents were gonna have to miss a day of work to take care of us, stay home with us. So we couldn't be sick ever. So I think that's why I don't get sick now. It's just like and we like lived 4 lives where we ate questionable shit. Like we swam in the Mississippi, like played in that in creeks and shit. So my immune system's probably rock solid. However, your immune system won't help you against diabetes and that bloodline I got going on. Where if you listen to the ones with my biological dad, like a lot of people have diabetes on that side. Everyone has diabetes, I think, and it usually kills them, right? They had told me I was pre-diabetic for like the last 7, 8 years. The whole time I worked there. WWT will give you 8 hours PTO if you get your wellness check, right? So you got the wellness check, and they said, yeah, this is last year. They said, hey, you're diabetic. Finally, you crossed the marks. Like you got it. And normally I would just ignore it, take my 8 hours of PTO, but they want you to come back, and they put me on some pills. So I didn't know how prescriptions work, and I was just honest with them. I'm like, I don't know how to pick these up. And I said, well, we can give them to you. We have them. We have a pharmacy right here. We can give you the pills you need, so you don't have to deal with the uncomfortableness. And sure enough, they give you the metformin, they give you the Rosudavin. Then they started on Ozempic. I'm on Ozempic for a whole year. Started off really good because I had someone here watching me, and I was like, oh well, I mean, uh, it was the ex girlfriend Jenna, and then Julie was also here. So I was making food for like enough to make smaller amounts because I don't need to eat as much on Ozempic. But then Jenna left, or she died. We'll say she died. We'll kill her off. That's what I told the doctor, anyways. And then Julie moved out. We're not gonna say Julie died. We're gonna say Julie get hit by a car. If she listens, she'll bring this up, but I don't think she will. And no, so it just hasn't gone well. After October, it went downhill pretty fast. So I was talking to the doctor, and I was talking about what's happened since the last time I've seen them. Last October, that was my last appointment, or last November, early November was my last appointment. And I was like, the girlfriend died. I called her fiance. Fiance died. And my oldest daughter moved out. Hope because I was like the notes they left on my chart when I did my wellness check. They take your blood, and they give you like the results. They did not leave good notes. Oh my god, bless you. They did not leave good notes. They were like diabetes not well controlled. HDL, I don't know what the fuck. Not good. It was like not. It was like sound like they was mad at me, and I was like, oh, I don't want to make them mad at me. Like I tried, you know. I'm trying to do my best. It's not my fault, Pepsi keeps coming out with flavors. They said dirty dew is gonna make everyone fat because of the dirtiness of the dew is fattening. So it's not my fault. Trying. It's a marathon. It's not a race, is what I like to say. But we was talking about it, and I just don't feel like Ozempic's really work anymore. I would like to go to Monjoro, if you don't know the difference between Mounjaro and Ozempic, they stops your GLP sensors. So it's basically like you don't have cravings, I guess. Like it helps block your cravings and it controls your appetite. Uh Now something like Mounjaro, which is what I'm going to go to, that is like 100 times stronger than Ozempic, it seems like. I can tell because the dosage for Ozempic is like zero point 0.5, which you max out at. It's a little pin, you stick it in your stomach and you shoot some liquid into you. Ozempic starts out at 2.5, so it's 5 times the amount of what Ozempic is. And that's where it starts at. It's gonna go probably double that. So it'll be like 10 times as much medicine at some point, but it's gonna essentially block everything I eat. It's gonna make me not eat anymore. And it helps control your diabetes and stuff. And not saying it's gonna go away. Even if no amount of weight you lose will help you go away. You're there for life. It's whatever. But it was funny. So like I've told, I'm pretty close to my co-supervisor Joe, and we talk, and I'm like, hey, 28 years is my max. I'm ready to go at 28. I'll be 65 at that point. I would like to die at work, preferably at work, but like while I'm working, not. I would like to for sure die working for Worldwide Technology for the life insurance alone. My mom got it. I would like to get it as well. But you have to be a worldwide employee and die as one to get the money, and it's like a lot of money. So that's the goal, anyways. And I don't want to work forever. I feel like 65 to 68, so 25 to 30 years is a good amount. The My whole life, my goal was to see Guns N' Roses, and I've seen them quite a few times now. This is four, I think, the fourth time I want to see them in a couple weeks. St. Louis, Nashville, and Indianapolis. So to see him again, like, I've done it. I'm doing victory laps right now. What else is there for me to accomplish? I've kind of done everything. I have a really cool house. Like I can't collect any more shit that like it's. I'm looking at the Halloween stuff this year, and I'm like, yeah, there's stuff I can improve on, but I don't need it. I don't have the room for it. And I have a 3-bedroom house. Like, maybe if I meet someone, maybe I add a few years on, but like the 70 is my max, is where I'm going. I will not work past 70 years old. And yeah, life insurance gotta go, you know? So the doctor, they're like the thing with Mounjaro and Ozempic is Ozempic will help protect you from cardiovascular diseases, whereas Mounjaro hasn't been proven for that. So I'm 37, and there she was like, well, we want to keep you around for 10, 20, 30 years. And when she said 30 years, I kind of looked at her. I was like, oh, I don't think I want to live to 30 more years. 30 more summers? I can't do that shit. God damn, dude, I'm tired right now. I could do 30 more years. But you talking about 40 years? The 70s and 80s? No, take me out, you know? Pillow over the head, something. If I'm past 70, something went wrong. Like, it's exhausting, right? Things are just getting worse and worse. Inflation. Maybe had inflation in 30 years. Maybe they still have football. If they still have football, that's a going rate. If they still have Halloween, I think they will. Halloween's a big one. Football's a big one. Guns N' Roses will be retired in 30 years, I think. If they aren't, I don't want to see them anymore. I don't see Axel at like a fucking 100 years old. It's like trying to continue to play music. Yeah, still go to I don't know if I go to concerts, like the amphitheater, maybe. I don't know. Like, you think like Hot Mulligan's be playing in 30 years? Maybe not. Will they still make Halloween like the Halloween movie? They're about to celebrate the 50th anniversary. Not next year, the year after, 2028, for the 50th anniversary movie. 30 years, that would be the 80th anniversary. 80 years of Halloween, that'd be kind of nuts. But no, I don't know. It's weird. Like I'm okay with like dipping out in 28 to 30 years. So if I die, not right now. I still want to see the Bears win a Super Bowl. That's it. Then I can't control that. Like I can't put pads on and play for the Bears themselves. Like they have to do it for me. But like that's really it, you know. Dating apps are terrible. This is getting so old. And so everyone meets now too. So it's like you ain't got no choice, man. But no, that was my doctor story. A super nice lady. Then we have two. We have a nurse practitioner, and then we have the doctor. And usually the doctor's kind of like the meaner one, but she was super nice this time. Maybe it's because I told her my fiance just died, but I was all right with it. I was like, it's fine. Uh, been trying to get um, was it Prozac? I think, but like it's so weird. They give you like a survey when you walk in. And you sit in the doctor's room. They're like your stress levels, and it's like it goes from 0 to 100 like super quick, right? They're like, do you have trouble sleeping? Or no, one is like, do you feel like you're a good person? And it's like one's uh, like how many days do you feel like a bad person? That's the question. And the answers are for everything. It's like one is not at all. Like it doesn't bother me, doesn't affect me. Two is like several days. Three is almost every day. Four is every day. Five is every day all the time. And like maybe I'm just too optimistic as a person, but like I would just like some Prozac, but I don't want to be like, yeah, I'm struggling every day. I'm not really struggling. Just tired of the heat. Give me some Prozac to get through the summer. Give me a drug that will make me okay through the summertime. And we'll be good, you know? The heat's coming back and it's gonna piss me off, but that's where we're at in these days. Football's coming back at least. That'd be nice. That's the next gap. I think when you go into summer, as soon as the Halloween stuff starts coming out, you're like, all right, I got a little bit of ray of hope. And the schools, we want your kids back, so you gotta take the kids back into school. That's the next sign. And then football will be next. And then the cold weather will come. I'm 2 months from my vacation. I highly recommend if you don't take 2 months or a month off. I wish it was 2 months. If you don't take a month off of work, what are you even doing, guys? It's so nice. Like that's always gonna be how I figure out. People are like, big things, especially supervisors. They're like, "Do you want to be a manager?" And I'm like, "Well, I'm always seeing it. If I still enjoy my job, I don't want to do nothing else. You know, like if I still feel challenged at my job, I still like, hey, I come in and I enjoy doing my work. Why change that? Why switch it up? I don't need to do that. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. And, one of the things is I take the whole month off and I do it during my favorite time of the year, the month of October, with baseball, football, the cold weather, the amazing Halloween holiday. And then, we're going into the Thanksgiving and Christmas season. And if I can go into October, have my vacation, and then if I'm still ready to go back to work when it's all over with, instead of just wishing, like if I'm like, man, I don't want to go back, like I'm done. I had a lot of time to think about it, get away from it all, and like look at what I'm doing. I still want to go back. Then I'm good. Like I'm good for another year. We'll talk about it again next year. But I think right now I'm just too close because I had an option to go to another building, and I didn't take that option. I conferred with Joe, and I said, Joe, what do you want to do? And Joe, could win it either way. But like it was a situation where I could have went to another building and started over and went to a different schedule for a little bit. But yeah, it was too close to my vacation where I didn't have time to even think about it. It was kind of we gave 3 days to think about my next move, and I couldn't come up with a reasonable response, to be honest. Like, uh, maybe it's gonna come back and bite me. I don't know, but I still enjoy my job now, and if no one changes that, I went through the Jerome leaks error. So if I could survive those days at work, I can survive anything. But no, that was a doctor visit. That's my squirrel story or bird story. What do you think it is? You think it's a squirrel or bird? Well, this has been Mark Goes to the Movies, and I appreciate everyone for listening. And I'll see you at the movies.